hillside, slipping away from a suspected water leak as a senior couple fears losing everything.
San Diego's inflation rate is the highest in the country. We'll tell you what you're paying more for and why.
We're here at the latest addition to Seaport Village. We'll give you a look inside. We might be in the middle of the week, but here at Poway High School, it's the first day of school. Students and teachers welcoming the new school year.
An emotional homecoming for hundreds of U.S. Navy sailors.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
A senior couple in Lucadia is still living with the impact of rain last winter, with the hillside behind their home slipping away. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. That crumbling cliff is not only threatening the couple's property, but also their peace of mind. As CBS 8's Brian White shares, they fear they could lose everything.
Yeah, during heavy rains in December, the problem was made much worse here behind this home. If you take a look down here, you'll see a huge chunk of the cliffside that slipped away here right next to these stairs.
We are very worried that the house will be in jeopardy.
Jennifer Taylor's parents, Jerry and Patricia Jerome, have lived in this Lucadia home for nearly 50 years. But after last December's storms triggered a landslide, their family's sense of safety has eroded, just like the land behind them.
My mom is not sleeping at night because she can't get this out of her head that she's going to lose her home and that it's not insurable.
Patricia is also battling terminal cancer. Jennifer says the stress is taking a serious toll.
Sleepless nights do not help her from every chemo treatment that she has.
The slide knocked over a tree and toppled a fence below, leaving the backyard exposed and unstable.
So this area right here was probably 4 feet of dirt over before you started seeing the rest of these plants come down.
Jennifer blames the Skyloft HOA and its management company for not acting fast enough. The family even lost their homeowner's insurance after AAA deemed the property too close to the cliff. Neighbor Doug Walford believes an underground water leak persisting for years now may be the cause.
This house is unsaleable, and it may be several more on the street. The HOA board has a no-reply attitude. They won't discuss this in open meetings.
In a statement to CBS 8, the Skyloft HOA said they hired a geotechnical firm and they're coordinating with the Lucadia Wastewater District, and that so far, no leaks have been found. They said, quote, none of the consultants involved have identified any life-threatening or safety concerns. The association is finalizing the investigation phase and expects to receive a proposed scope of repair from the engineering team soon, end quote. Still, for the Jerome family, time feels like it's running out.
Makes me feel sick, makes my stomach turn over. Like I said, I'm not sleeping at night. I might get 2 to 3 hours a night because of this.
In Lucadia, Brian White, CBS 8.
Thank you, Brian. Developing tonight, we're learning federal prosecutors are charging a St. Augustine High School teacher with distributing child pornography. Ryan Segura was arrested yesterday. The FBI says he shared explicit videos of minors with someone in Denver last year. Their investigation began when authorities arrested that person in Denver and found conversations with Segura on his devices. Court documents show Segura admitted to agents that he sent and received the content. He has since been placed on administrative leave.
San Diego's popular Tecolote Canyon golf course is feeling the impact of city infrastructure work. The course has been temporarily cut from 18 holes down to 9. That's to allow crews to replace miles of aging sewer lines that run underneath the property. The $55 million project could soon force the entire course to close this fall and stay shuttered until next spring. But we're told the driving range will remain open throughout the project. Governor Newsom is prepping to make a major announcement in response to what his office is calling President Trump's failure to call off the attempts to rig Texas's congressional maps. The governor's press office posted this message online just hours ago, teasing a, quote, huge, historic, beautiful rally and how Democrats will, quote, destroy Greg Abbott's totally rigged maps. The post is one of several the press office has sent out in recent days, all mirroring the president's signature tweeting style, using all caps for emphasis, hyperbolic phrases, and a rambling structure. Tonight, we've learned Newsom and other Democratic leaders are planning to hold a special election to ask voters to temporarily give California lawmakers the power to redraw district lines. More details are expected at tomorrow morning's announcement.
Senator Adam Schiff was in San Diego today visiting the Jacobs and Cushman Food Bank. His tour comes after last month's passage of the president's so-called Big Beautiful Bill. The measure makes significant cuts to SNAP food assistance, which is known as CalFresh here in California. The food bank tells us more than 67,000 San Diegans could lose food benefits under the new law, and that's on top of cuts to Medicaid.
And as the Medicaid cuts go into effect, that will also increase the demand on places like this because people won't have health insurance. They'll be required to spend more of their disposable income paying their health care costs. They will take that money from their food budget and spend it on health care, and that means they'll be coming to places like this.
The food bank serves about 400,000 people each month across the region. It says it is already seeing increased demand while facing reduced federal food deliveries. A major contributing factor for that increased demand is rising inflation. And here in San Diego, we are feeling that more than other cities across the country. CBS 8's Steve Price breaks down the numbers.
New federal numbers show San Diego is #1. Unfortunately, this is not a list you want to top. At 4%, San Diego's inflation rate is the highest in the country.
The rankings are based off the Consumer Price Index, which tracks the amount we pay for goods and services over time. And the education category, which includes the cost of childcare, saw the biggest jump, shooting up over 9%.
That's a big issue because when childcare costs go up, that has a knockdown effect on people deciding, am I going to go to work or am I going to stay home and take care of my kids? Because, why am I going to be working 40 hours a week just to pay for childcare?
Hisham Forat is an economics professor at San Diego State, and he's not surprised we topped the list.
When you have increasing tariffs, especially on Mexico, then that's going to hit a city like San Diego on the border before it hits other places in the country. And in particular, we're seeing this with food prices.
Grocery prices are up 4.4% since last year, with the biggest gainers meat, poultry, fish, and eggs up 7.3%, and non-alcoholic beverages and beverage materials up 8.2%. Hisham says another factor hitting San Diego harder than many other areas is immigration enforcement.
When there's increased enforcement, we're going to see an increase in labor costs. And areas where that really is going to have a big impact are going to be in, for example, construction, where there's a larger migrant workforce, in agriculture, and certainly in the restaurant industry.
The news isn't all bad. Gas prices are down 4%, and apparel is down almost 12.5%. But things that hit seniors and low-income San Diegans the hardest, like healthcare costs and housing, are up considerably year over year. And with too many unknowns, both financially and politically, Hisham isn't optimistic for a quick reversal.
I hope it's not going to be too long, but I don't think this is going away within the next couple of months, no.
In Kearney Mesa, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Thanks, Steve. California is celebrating a major step forward in improving border crossings at our southern border.
Officials opened the brand new Siempre Viva Bridge today, marking a crucial milestone toward building the future Otay Mesa East port of entry. It also includes an additional mile of State Route 11. It's all to help improve wait times at the southern border. Today, state leaders, local officials, and Mexican diplomats were all there to mark the opening.
We are here to create a new port of entry facility that will provide regional mobility, binational trade, and fuel economic growth in this border region.
The new roadway network will eventually connect directly to the planned port of entry in hopes of making it easier and faster for those who cross the border every day.
New businesses are launching at Seaport Village's iconic pier. Today, Shorebird restaurant debuted in a ribbon-cutting ceremony.
CBS 8's Steffi Roche got a first-hand look at the space. She joins us now live. Steffi, is this the port's newest destination?
It sure is, and this grand opening comes after a $4 million renovation of the space here at the Village's port. You can just kind of take a look inside. It's very exciting. There's quite a few people downstairs dining right now. You can also take a look outside. Just look at the view of the bay and the Coronado Bridge. It is really beautiful out here, and all of this is part of a bigger effort to develop the port. Back in 2022, developers announced the Seaport San San Diego project with a $3.5 billion price tag. Developers aim to build skyscraper hotels, a concert hall, and restaurants on the pier, plus redevelop 105 acres of land and water of the current village. There's also been a push to host more events on the waterfront, including the Wanderfront Music and Arts Festival. A developer of Shorebird here tells us he always wanted to be a part of Seaport Village.
I see the port's vision of all the good food and beverage offerings and service they want to bring. They kind of want to elevate it, to the next level, which I think was great. It's been very well received. There's some, nice other establishments open as well in Seaport.
He says the opportunity to purchase the space became available roughly 5 years ago. And as mentioned, this is the latest development here at Seaport Village, but this is all part of a bigger project to redevelop the area. And developers of this whole Seaport San Diego project say their goal is to have everything, to hit the ground running by 2027. But for now, reporting live from Seaport Village, I'm Steffi Roche, CBS 8.
Thanks, Steffi. It was the first day of school for more students across the county today.
We'll share how one school district is trying to make it less intimidating, still ahead. Plus, as the state pushes to end remote work, a new audit finds the move could cost Californians tens of thousands of dollars.
But first, the latest on efforts to contain the state's largest wildfire of the year as crews change their plan of attack.
We've been seeing some flood concerns coming out of the southern states, as well as wildfire concerns across the west and some heat. We're going to start to get away from that, at least here locally, when it comes to those concerns, because of that marine layer pushing in, an area of low pressure cooling us off. Our complete forecast is ahead.